before we hop into the video, I'm going to talk about what I think the new thing will be from here going forward. The last game I've planned will be June 22nd, but that's just the last game for a while. So I have plans for other Gamers Paradises in the future, as well as anything else that you guys want to know. The Facebook games, the battle, maybe even plans for TWT, maybe, because I don't know, I think I want to do one season of that. But in June I'm going to have another game. It's going to be another new game, so it's going to be brand new. Even plans for that game, maybe going forward if it works out well. So I just want to let you know that I am going to try to do something new for Gamers Paradise this time around. And it's like how I do my other recaps, or elimination orders, when I edit them as I go. I'm going to edit this one as I go. Now you're going to see maybe I'm going to be in different places when I do it, wearing different clothes as I do them. But right now, I want to actually do that so I can get all that stuff in, and we can get the interview and stuff, and I don't have to worry so much about doing it all in one go and trying to get it up. We could just do it as we go. If it works out well, then that's what we're going to continue doing. I actually sort of wanted to do it this way, but I wasn't so sure, but I think we're going to try it. We're going to try it this one time. If it doesn't work, I won't do it going forward. But if it does work, I'm going to continue to do it. So, yeah, let's get to the video. What? Hey, Derp Nation, welcome to the Gamers Paradise 5 recap. Yes, there have been 5 Gamers Paradises, and this one, honestly, has the most cast members in any one. 13 have joined, but only one remains sole survivor. Wait, wrong show. Sorry. But for those of you who don't know what Gamers Paradise is, I take a couple of my friends, put them in a group chat, and basically do a Big Brother style competition. We have the competitions, which will last 24 hours, so screenshot and submit a score within 24 hours. Then the low scoring player will head to the passing. Once in the passing, that is practically your last chance to try to get back into the game without relying on someone else. So the low scoring player, after 24 hours, will be sent to the passing, as well as the 2 players of the winning player's choice. The winning player is always kept anonymous, because just like in your online life, there are trolls. Each winner of each round is considered a troll because it's an online game, and these trolls are trying to take you down. So we had 13 players playing this game. So let's just scroll them on screen real quick before we go into it. So, as you can see before we move on to the memory wall, Annie and Jesse have returned from the World Tournament. They've never played Gamers Paradise before. And Destiny has returned from the battle, and she has never played Gamers Paradise before. Besides that, you may not recognize everyone else, but that's okay. So on with the memory wall. Now, with all that out of the way, let's just head into the first week. So, week 1 starts, and for the first time in any of these games, I have a co-host. Let me show you who that is. So if you guys remember, he's the winner of GP1. Not only that, but he knows the game better than anyone. So if anyone's a good fit for co-host, it's him. He knows the insides and outs of this game, and knows exactly what to do. So he's doing pretty well. So glad to have him here as a co-host. But now everyone has settled in, everyone's in, and they're already hit with a twist. The twist was a twist that came from GP3, where Chris and Prezi found themselves pretty much in the mud for this twist. And the 13 players split into two games, and the winner of each game will decide who from their section to put on the block. So we're going to have an example. Say Lamar, Annie, Nolasia, Joe, Katie, and Mike did one game. Zara, Molly, Steph, Jesse, Abigail, Alicia, and Destiny did the other game. And say Annie won, she can only put up Lamar, Nolasia, Joe, Katie, Mike. And say Jesse won, he could only put up Zara, Molly, Steph, Abigail, Alicia, or Destiny. So that's how that works. However, twist number 2 sort of subtracts one person, so that way it's an even 6-6 on each side. So one player will not compete and automatically be safe from the eviction. So they split, right? So they're split already. It was done random. It was randomized. So it was done on randomized.org or random.org. And by the way, none of the games that I'm gonna talk about or any websites are sponsoring me, but if they want to, that'd be great. Because I use a lot of phone games, so sponsor me, guys. So for Group 1, Helix Jump, people playing here are Mike, Joe, Destiny, Nolasia, Zara, and Abigail. Group 2, which is playing Thank You, is Katie, Molly, Lamar, Steph, Jesse, and Alicia. So that's 12 players, which means Annie is immune. So she's safe from the first eviction and cannot be put on the block. So Nolasia and Katie sort of had it, like they both think Steph is cute. So, showmance or no romance. Find that out soon. So obviously the winner of Helix Jump was Joe, and the winner of Thank You was Katie. So Joe decided to put Nolasia up on the block, and Katie decided to put Alicia on the block. And by a vote of 7-2, Nolasia was the first house guest evicted from the Gamers Paradise house. Alright, so the next game that the players had to play after the first eviction was Color Road. After 24 hours, Zara was the winner. However, she didn't have to make a decision about who to put into the passing. Now, this is the first time this season that the passing is now in play. Molly, Jesse, and Destiny didn't hand in a score on time, meaning that their score was 0. And those 3 went to the passing. So this means that Zara won, but didn't have to make any decisions, which means technically her game is kind of just safe and lowbrow. But again, no one knows who goes where unless the players are allowed to say if it was them. But do you really want to do that? Because if it's private, no one's gonna know. It's not gonna matter. You got to think about your game and where you want to go. After all that, Katie and Destiny got into a little argument about being on time with the scores. So, that was a little fun. Threw a little call at Kelsey a little bit when I put it on the Snapchat story. I at Kelsey at it, so that way she could see that there's arguing going on even without her. But there was no passing game because after thinking about it and after putting a couple thoughts in it, there were recent events that were happening to Molly at the time, and I couldn't let her continue. She had too much on her plate, so I had to pull her from the competition. So Molly was the next one gone. And she didn't go to jury. Nolasia is in jury right now. Molly is not in jury. So now it's week 3 in the Gamers Paradise house. And this one's gonna correlate into the next part too, because in the next eviction, because this one actually is that Abigail had to quit for personal reasons. So instead of me pulling her out, she quit. hopefully she's the only person who quits. GP4 there was a lot of people who quit. More than half the cast had to quit, and that was just weird. It was like, how do I do this now? So hopefully Abigail's the only one who quits, and like everyone else is still in it to win it. Which they seem confident. They're really excited, and as of right now, it looks like they have the time to actually play. So yeah. So Abigail is just the next one to go, and she's also not in jury. So Nolasia is still in jury all by herself, but this next part should change that. It's a new day, new clean clothes, and Alicia has decided to drop from the game. Yeah, but there's still a twist that's still in play, and we are still on week 3. So this week is still gonna go out normally. And the next time you hear from me, the twist is coming. So I can guarantee it. Alright, now here's where week 3 really starts. Now, as you can see, I'm actually in my other room. So, let's just go. The sun is shining in, but let's just do this. So, the game here is Color Bump 3D. After 24 hours, the winner becomes Steph. Now, with a twist in play being the double eviction twist, the first one of the season. Now, things get hectic. So, the 2 lowest scorers are sent to the passing, being Jess and Destiny. And then, Steph had to choose, so he decided to go with Katie and Mike. So, once all that was set, their passing game was splashy. The 2 winners who got to return were Katie and Mike, and Jesse and Destiny fell to the eviction of that night. Destiny did not submit a score for... Destiny did not submit a score for the first game, so the color bump. Then Jesse and Lamar had tied, but the GP rules do state that if it is a tie, it goes alphabetically, which means Jesse was sent down to the passing over Lamar. Now, Gio was actually the one who picked out the game splashy. Jesse didn't hand in a score while he was gone. Mike and Katie had scored over 1,000, keeping them in the game, and Destiny scored 15, kicking her out of the game. And due to her behavior, she is not returning to these games. She had a huge argument with everyone, and everyone was just like, goodbye, pushed her out, she was gone. And then an official change of plans with no jury was in play. So now, up to this point, Nolasia, Molly, Abigail, Alicia, Jesse, and Destiny are gone, and 7 players remain. Due to unfortunate circumstances, Steph had to drop from the competition. He has stated, though, that he does want to return. So, maybe we'll see him in another game in the future. Maybe. Sorry. Hopefully. I've gone to the emo center as I watched Lamar get evicted. Nah, I'm only joking, guys. So, it's week 4 now, and they had to play a game of sausage flip. The final 6 played sausage flip. Annie won, and Joe got the lowest score, sending him to the passing. Annie had to then choose out of her fellow 4 other house guests, on who goes to the passing. She decided on Lamar and Katie. Then the passing game was Flappy Duck. Joe got the highest score and was able to get back into the house. Lamar and Katie both made their pleads, and by a vote of 2-1, Lamar was evicted from the Gamers Paradise house. So guys, just ignore the noise in the background. Yeah, no, it's the second double eviction of the season. The second Gamers Paradise to have 2 double evictions. Last time we had 2 double evictions was season 2. So they played a game of duck hit. The way this went is that The highest scorer stays while the four others head to the passing. Zara was the highest scorer, leaving Joe, Annie, Mike, and Katie to fight in the passing. Their passing game was Rolly Vortex. Mike did not hand in a score on time, meaning that he was gone. But the passing winners to stay were Joe and Katie, meaning that Annie had also left as well, leaving our final three. Alright, here we go, week 6. Finally, in a game of Gamers Paradise, we were able to play the final 3 like it should have been, where it's played like Big Brother. 3 competitions, 1 winner, 2 nominees. So, basically the way that I put it was that this portion is played exactly like the semi-finale of Big Brother. All 3 will compete for power, and there are 3 competitions. The winner of the first competition will automatically move on to round 3. The 2 losers will then go on to competition number 2. The winner of competition number 2 will get to move on to competition number 3 and face the winner of competition number 1, while the loser of competition number 2 becomes the first nominee. Then the loser of competition number 3 becomes the second nominee, and the winner gets to cast the soul vote. So, the first game was Slices. Zara had won. Second game was Ball Blast. Joe had won, making Katie the first nominee. And in Grass Cut, Zara had won, making Joe the second nominee. And Zara had made her vote to evict Katie. And now, the finale. Alright, it's finale time. We hit the finale. Everyone except for Destiny and Molly returned to watch the finale. And you know what? Their game was perfect hit. And you just have to get the highest score. And Joe has taken the entire thing, with Zara being the runner-up. If Zara had won, she would have been the first player in Gamers Paradise history to have gone through the entire game without being nominated or put in the passing, and still had won. But great job to both of them. For Zara to even be able to avoid the passing and being nominated all season is still phenomenal as it is. So I'm getting her side of it for Snapchat, so I'm going to ask her the questions on Snapchat. We post onto my Snapchat story, but Joe's interview will be posted here, so let's just get into it. Hey guys, what's going on? It is I, Derpy. I'm here with Joe, who's the winner of Gamers Paradise Season 5. So Joe, you can say hi.
Hi.
Alright, so we're going to roll with the questions with Joe because there's probably a lot of things that had went on that not even like we knew about. So, Joe, before the game started, what was your mindset like?
My mindset was just to win it.
And that was something that you did tell me, you know, and usually everyone tells me, yo, I'm going to win, and most of them don't pull it off. So, what I like about this situation is you said you were going to win, you kept going, and you did win.
It was just a great experience.
How did you feel about your fellow competitors?
They're all very nice. The only issues that we all had was when a few people didn't like the situations they were in.
Do you think at any point anyone would be gunning for you?
I thought me, Steve, and Zara had a healthy rivalry / alliance.
Alright. Well, was there a backdoor in plan? Because we're going to go a little bit week by week. So, first week, Nolasia was voted out almost unanimously. Was there a plan there to get her out?
No, I just think she just didn't talk enough in the group.
So, it was just why is this person here? Let's just get them out. Kind of thing. Alright. Well, thank you for doing that, because that's sort of what I wish everyone would be doing every game, because we always have those types of people. But then we realized later that when those people are actually probably one of the stronger ones, so you might have done yourself a favor by knocking them out first. But looking at your scores, it looked like you were actually really on top of the game, and you were on top with like everyone. Was there any point where you felt like you would have gone home?
I thought in the second challenge in the final three, the first challenge in the final three, I didn't think I did well enough to stay, and if it had been any other time in the game, I think I would have gone home.
Mm. So we're gonna go. Okay, so next part is. Okay, hold on. I gotta sort of think about this a little bit because this situation is a little different than all the other Gamers Paradises because one, there was a competitor that had never went to the passing or was nominated at all.
And that was Zara.
And that was Zara, yes. So this season had a bunch of like little things like going on differently. Not only that, but you guys are the biggest season of Gamers Paradise we've had. I don't think in days, I don't think you guys beat out season 2. I think season 2 was 22 days. Well, you guys were like 2 days away. So you guys were 2 days off. Had a couple of people not quit, you guys might have made it to like 25 days. So you guys
I
are
was actually shocked how long it went on for.
Yeah. No. These games, they take a long time. Long time. Actually, I'm a little story time here. Real quick before we get on. The first game I played, I was voted out in January of last year, and the game didn't end till March.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So I was voted out pretty early. But anyway, back to you. Alright, so you, Steph, and Zara had this alliance, right?
Yeah.
So, how did you guys go about picking your targets? How did all that, like, go?
It wasn't really about targets. It was more about when each other was struggling in games, we just have each other to rely upon and push each other on to get the best scores, and even if one of us was thinking about quitting, because Steve in particular thought about quitting a number of times before he actually did. And me and Zara just turned around to him and said, no, don't quit, you might be going through some stuff, but this could distract you. And it did. Obviously eventually he quit. But then when it came down to like eliminations, we'd all just like talk up the pros and cons if we had any power, and we decide on who we wanted to eliminate out of all of them.
So basically, you are saying that when it came down to it, you guys had the power to persuade people on which way to vote.
Yeah.
Oh. So, okay, so we're going into... Alright, so let's skip over and head to the final 3. It was you, Katie, and Zara. Were you relying on Zara to pick you to actually go into the finale?
Oh yeah, I was definitely relying upon Zara to pick me. I didn't ask her to, but after Katie's play into the group chat, I knew she was going to pick me because she wasn't going to pick the easy way out. She's not that type of person.
Yeah. Zara is Zara is competitive, and that's what I think we can all appreciate about her. But she's also like really sweet.
Yeah.
She's not like all up in your face about it, which is why I believe she had avoided the passing and being nominated for all this time.
Yeah.
But anyway,
she was a really good competitor.
Yeah, no, she really was. I mean, she banged out the last 2 competitions before the finale, winning both of them. Right? Is that correct? She won both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, she scored. Yeah, she scored. She won both of them, keeping her safe for both those rounds. So yeah, and then was there anybody in the game that you were shocked to see go?
Well, I think Steve in particular it was quite shocking for me to see him leave, just because he was like getting into the groove of all the games, and I think if he'd stayed in, it might have been all 3 of us in the final 3.
Do you think that would have made the decision of taking someone to the finale harder, though?
I think if it had been me or Steve with the power, I think we would have chosen each other. But then Zara, it would have been more difficult for her to choose.
Yeah. So, at this point, you sort of think that, it's at that situation where it's like someone has to go at some point. Do you think that Steve, even though he left for his personal reasons, do you think that he might have had more planned? Do you think that there might have been a time where this decision might have needed to be made and he didn't want to make it?
Oh, I think when it came down to like different games, he was just like struggling, like to choose whether to play or not, and that was his biggest like decision making problem and then when he had the power, he just talked to me and Zara to see who he should vote off, really.
Alright. Well, Joe, it was very interesting watching you, and it was very interesting watching everyone else play. I do hope that you guys return for another game in the future, and even for another season of Gamers Paradise when I decide to finally put up the All-Star season. The All-Star season should have been this season, but I pushed it because we've gotten more people on Snapchat, more new faces like you and Steve, as well as other people who I wanted to see play like Zara, and so that was the upside of it. So that's why I decided to push that. The fact that we had 13 people though, and usually Gamers Paradise only has between 8 and 11, and we got 13 for this. So you guys are the most players in one season of Gamers Paradise. So that's another record-breaking thing, which is good. Mike, I was glad Mike came back because Mike was supposed to play in a game before, but he had to quit due to personal reasons. So Mike is back. So Mike came back. Destiny, Annie, Jesse all came back from another game, and just like everyone else was new.
I hope that me, Steve, and Zara can reform our alliance in future games.
Hey, listen, whatever you guys do, man, whatever games you guys do, I wish you guys luck. Maybe you could become the first 2-time winner.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
Alright, Joe. So, guys, this has been Joe. Joe, thank you for playing. Thank you for, like, practically shooting your heart out for these games, because I see your scores are, like, they were so high. I was like, wow, he really is into this. And I think that's what makes you an all-star. So when I'm casting for all-stars, I'll keep that in mind.
I can't wait.
Alright, man. So thank you for having this interview with me.
It's been my pleasure.
Alright, I'll see you soon, buddy.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. And there you go, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this this recap. We finally got an interview. We didn't get one with Wolfie last season, so I decided, you know what, let's make it up and let's do it this time. Still can't get a reach. I mean, I haven't talked to Wolfie in like forever. So let's just give you guys this. Make it extra long because there's so much to go over. There was a lot to go over in this game, and a lot of things that you guys didn't really get to see if you are only on YouTube and not on Snapchat. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Let's just show the elimination order one more time in the actual order. So everyone's picture in the order of their elimination, and then we're signing off. Peace.
Mama said, don't